Team, welcome to Rooted Wellness Collective. This evening, we've got something a little bit different. It is the 21st of July. Kristen has just returned from her leadership seminar in corporate, which has a much better name than the one that I just came up with. But she shared some great pictures. She shared some great lessons about all the things that she worked on and just had the opportunity to experience while she was there. And I said, I know you're already going to share this with our team, but the sooner you can share it, the better. So, Kristen, thank you so much. I know leaving the family at home and going away on an all expenses trip, as great as it sounds, there's a trade-off in there, and you went and you did it. I can't wait to hear about it. Please take it away.
Thank you. Okay, so yes, I went to corporate last week. I got an email a couple of months ago saying everything is paid for. All you have to do is buy your plane ticket. We want you to come to corporate. We want you to come through Jewel School, is what they call it. It used to be called Leadership Excellence Training. Now they just call it plain old Jewel School. And so there was a group of about 35 women who were invited to this training. And it was led by Alita and Bree. It was amazing. Um, but the main reason I wanted to do this call is not to brag because it's not a bragging thing. Like, I'm not special. I'm not more special than anyone else. It just means that they've seen where I'm at and they want me to do better. They want to help me get to the next level by helping my team. And so it's a beautiful thing. And the main reason I wanted to do this is because I want you to hear my belief in this company because I'm 12 years in and this trip just felt so different than anything before. And I just want you to hear my belief. I want you to feel it and know that you are in the right place at the right time because we are about to take off into a whole new level of this business. Um, the leadership, the company, the products, the vision they have for us, they have a 30-year vision of us being a $2 billion company. We have the right people to make it happen. We have Alec and Taro at the head. They're back together again, and it is so beautiful to see them together. And then we have Stuart. And I'll talk a little bit more about Stuart in a bit, but those three together at the top are it's just something so special. We've got products on the way. We have so much going on that we are going to be the number one gut health company in the world. Just start saying it. Just start putting it out there. Start preaching it like we are there. We are in the top 10 right now. Plexus, we are in the top 10. And the beautiful thing is 50%, 50 to 60%, I can't remember what they said the number is, of, of companies that have supplements are in the last year, they are coming out with products that talk about gut health or that promote gut health or fix gut health or whatever. The beautiful thing is we don't have to pivot. We've already been on this train. We've already been in the gut health realm. We started it, right? Like 12 years ago, 13 years ago, however many it was. That's when the gut health train started for Plexus. We don't have to shift. We don't have to go, oh, this person's doing that and that's doing that. Like we don't have to do anything different. We're already on that track. So that was really great to hear. First up, we had Alec. Alec is like the best person in the world. He is so kind and so caring. And like, I never had a boss like him before. All of my bosses kind of talk down to me. This guy gives you a hug and literally talks to you about your family. He wants to know, how are you? What's going on? What did you do fun this summer? Like literally, like you're just having coffee with somebody, like the most kind human in the world. He is at the top. If you don't know, Alec and Taro, they are the top leaders. and he's the president and co-founder, and that is one of the people that you have running your company, and it makes you feel good. Alec was telling us about how there's a magazine called Direct Selling Magazine. And over the last 5 months, we have had one of our executives spotlighted in that magazine. And it's an amazing thing because everybody else in the direct selling field gets those magazines and they can see what is Plexus doing? Because for the last 5 months, we've been spotlighted. And so it's opening eyes to other companies like, oh, they're doing this thing. They're gonna go places. So I thought that was really cool to have 5 months in a row of our executives being, the main read of the magazine. One of the things that came up, because it's sort of a little hot topic right now, with other issues or things, someone said, will you ever pay leaders from other companies to come to our company? And he said, no, we will never pay anyone to come to our company, but they can pay $9.95 and come build their own business. So I was just like, okay, because there are companies out there that will pay high leaders to bring their people to other organizations or to other places. And so to hear him say that kind of felt good, that we will never do dirty work like that. And then also, we are debt free. We are a debt free company. We also have a huge savings account because they don't ever want us to wake up in the morning to the news that they've closed the doors. They have too many people who depend on the products, who depend on the business, who live off of this. And they have such a heart for the company that they have a very big savings account to make sure that that never happens. And they literally were talking about there is a lot of things that they would do and sell off and get rid of before they ever had to make that decision. And so I feel wholeheartedly safe in building a business here and knowing that they have our heart in their mind all the time, our best interests. They care about us. So I thought that was very good. They even said that they owned the building that they're in, but at the height of the real estate, they ended up selling the business to take in that income, and then now they just lease it back from the person that bought the property that they're on. So they made a boku buck right there, and now they just lease it, and that money went into their giant savings account to protect us. So always thinking about ways that they can protect us. We asked him a couple of questions, and Alex said, the most important things that he thinks is to, number one, marry well. Number two, pray. Number three, respect people. Number four, work hard. And number five, love each other. He talked a lot about just like this post-COVID world. We all talked a lot about this post-COVID world of people feeling lonely, people needing community. And he talked about how he was telling us this at dinner, he will literally write X number of notes to ambassadors in our company every single day. And then also he will go around to people in the office and just like he'll pick one or two of them and just go sit in their office and get to know them, talk to them about their family. Like these are just like my boss didn't know crap about my family. And I worked for him every day for like 10 years. It's just like it's so special. We have special people up there. So that was Alec. He was great. Sat with us for dinner. It was amazing. So corporate. When we got to corporate, we came in on a bus. They rolled out a red carpet. Use my sunburn from today at the ball field all day. They rolled out the red carpet. All of the corporate who was inside working that day literally came down and clapped us into the front entrance. And then you walk in and you look up, and there's a whole bunch of people lined up. No, Charlie. All up there, and they literally just welcomed us. And it was so amazing. You just kind of felt like they cared. Then we took a tour of corporate. We got to see all of the offices and all of the things. There are little stations of Plexus goodies everywhere. So everyone who works there, at any time, they can just take their bottle over, fill it up, grab whatever Plexus goodie that they want. There was no frosted berries sitting there, but there was all the others. There was prickly pear and active and those kinds of things. So that was really cool to see just all these different stations of Plexus. They encourage their employees to take it. Everybody seems so happy. It kind of feels like when you're at Disneyland and like everybody who works there is smiling and happy. Like it's such an infectious environment when you're there. On Friday, every single Friday, this is the coolest thing. Every single Friday. So during the week, people who work there can earn tickets. And so they earn tickets for doing a good job or whatever. I don't really know who hands out the tickets, but they can earn tickets throughout the week. So then on Friday, every single Friday, they will take those tickets and they put them in this little tourney thing. I don't know what you call it. And so then they have this giant wheel. I'll send a video. They have a giant wheel that has all these different price amounts on it. And some say double. There's like 500, 1,000, 100. So the ticket will get drawn, and they did about 10 or 12 of these. The ticket gets drawn, and the person has to come up, and they'll have like a silly question each week. This week was like, do you have a tattoo? And if you don't, what would you get if you had to? So then everyone had to come up and answer their question. And so they come up and they spin the wheel, and then they literally get whatever that says. So if it was 1,000, they get cash. They get $1,000 cash, just handed right to them, right there. There was one guy that got 1,000 and it doubled. So he got $2,000 on Friday, cash. Like, so cool. And they do it every single Friday, every Friday. And so imagine how cool that is to be somebody who works there and like, oh, doing a good job. I know I can get more tickets and I potentially could earn $2,000 on Friday. Like, that would just make me want to work harder, right? Like, it's so cool. So they do that every Friday. They also do quarterly employee give backs. So like this last quarter, what they've been working on is they start school much earlier out there. And so they were working on back to school things. And so they did cards. They all hand wrote cards to give to this local organization. And then they all donated money. And so there was a woman there to accept the donated money. It was $5,000 for back to school stuff given by the employees to this organization for back to school stuff. So I thought that was really cool. And the fact that they all took time to handwrite cards, like community giving back, just more proof of the heart of our company. Then we got to tour the warehouse. I am in love with the guy that works at the warehouse. He is the nicest old man. He has worked there for 8 years. He truly loves his job. He presented his tour with the biggest smile. He has such a heart for what he does. He said that at any given time, they have a 90-day stock of product. Only 90 days. So we have 3 warehouses. We have one in Atlanta, one in Texas, and one in Phoenix. Atlanta does 50% of the shipping, just so you know, because we are heavier on the East Coast with ambassadors than we are on the West Coast. So 90 days supply. And then this is so cool too. They hand package every package that you get. This warehouse has a room with all these stations, 11 stations. That's it, 11 people. So they come in, they print all the tags for them. And so all the subscription orders and all the one time orders that get placed that day get filled. And so they come in probably 7:30 and they're done about 3:30. And they hand package each each one. They grab everything. So if you get an error in your in your package, it's a human error. It was an accident because it's literally a human doing it. But they will take care of that. So don't worry. You can just call in and say, I'm missing whatever, whatever. They'll ask for the lot and then they will track it to the employee. But I just thought it was so amazing that 11 people will package your orders each day. That's it. They do bring people in a few extras on the 1st, the 15th, the 26th, 28th, and the last day of the month, because those are the busiest days. But the rest of it is just 11 people. On the days that they are extra busy, they can work overtime, and then they can choose to get paid the overtime, or they can actually just work less the next day. So they can choose to leave early, or they can choose to get the extra money. So they're very well taken care of. And they are almost at like 5 years, no incidents. I put that in the chat, the picture of the no incidents in the warehouse. There's a whole other section upstairs where they actually will package the resets. They hand package and make the boxes and then put the 3 boxes inside. And so there's a whole station upstairs where they're just making the resets. There's then another station that they'll set up whenever there's like frosted berry or things like that, so that they can get those things pumped out pretty quickly, which you probably know because you get your LTOs very fast. Then we went into the quality control. This is another area where I was completely fascinated. The amount of, what's the word? The amount of, I don't know, dedication they have to being so precise on everything is just amazing. Like, they test every lot of every product that comes in is tested, so that if it says there's X number of milligrams of vitamin C in BioCleanse, they test to make sure that's accurate. And actually, sometimes it'll be a little bit higher because of the shelf life integrity. Thank you. Because of the shelf life, he even talked about how at the end of shelf life, so by the expiration date, it still has to say the same amount, or it still has to test at the same amount from the package date. So if it's a year for the next expiration, BioCleanse still has to have the same amount of vitamin C per se in it active. And so sometimes they'll start out, maybe it's like 14 milligrams, so that they know by the end it will have 10 because it says 10 on the label. And so just different like particular things like that. So he said there's these giant machines, right, where the botanicals and the vitamins and the minerals and all the things come in to make slim, we'll say, for example. And so it comes into this giant mixer, kind of like a cement truck. And so it goes into the mixer and they mix it up, and it only mixes for about 20 minutes because you can definitely overmix it and overheat it. And then it gets moved on to the next area where it gets put into the sticks. Then it takes twice as long for them to clean the machine as it does to make the product, because they will take the product or take the machine completely apart, every single piece, every tiny little piece, every screw, everything. They take it all apart, they clean it, they sanitize it, they test it to make sure it's clean, and then they put it all back together, and then they do it again and make another lot. Like, so incredibly fascinating on just the details on how particular they are. They have a third-party testing site where they will send things to be tested and come back, and sometimes they will set them up to make sure that they are testing things right. They'll set them up on answers that they know that they need to get back, just to make sure that it's extremely thorough. They test products that come back. If you have a complaint, they will test that product that comes back. And then they'll test further lots for the said complaint. They talked about how, you know, they source limes for the lemon lime hydrate, and how there's like limes from Mexico and limes from here and limes from there and this kind of lime and that kind of lime, and how they have to completely make sure that things taste exactly how they are supposed to taste to be able to put it into the products. And then they talked about armor and how it took 6 years for them to perfect armor. 6 years, because they had to get the sourcing right, and they had to get this right, and they had to get that right, and they weren't going to release it until it was perfect. And now it is making waves. It is making waves. Dr. Wren and who's the other doctor? Shaw. Yeah. So they both were like, I wish I created this product. That's how good this product is. It is doing some phenomenal things, and people are only on it like a month and a half. Imagine a year from now. Like, it is going to be incredible, the stories and the things that we have to share. So just have faith, or just feel good about knowing that what's on the product label is what's in the product. And when it says natural flavors, we're not the artificial natural flavors that other things will have. If it says like watermelon, that means it's derived from watermelon, not other things that taste like watermelon, not like melons. It is actually from a watermelon, or the plant of the watermelon. Like, it is what it says it is. So, what else? Stuart. Okay. Stuart. He's this short little guy who comes in with this huge personality. We saw him at convention. He has been with other companies before, and he has taken those companies from where they were to billion-dollar companies. He's very, very good at what he does. He has a lot of money. He doesn't need a job. He doesn't. He came to this company because of a couple of things. He was retired. His buddy is John Maxwell. If you don't know John Maxwell, he's a very famous author of leadership books. He has a phenomenal book that just came out, How to Get a Return on Failure. This is so good. Listen to the Audible, read it, for real. It's so good. So he's best buddies with John Maxwell. And I guess Alec and Tarl had talked to Stuart, and then Stuart ran it by John, and John speaks very highly of Plexus. And then his wife was praying about it and praying if he should go back into business. And she said, the Holy Spirit told me you need to do this. And then his daughter came to him separately and was like, Dad, I think you have one more in you. I think you can do this. And there was just like a whole bunch of amazing pieces of the puzzle that just fit into him coming to this company. And he doesn't need this. That's the biggest thing. Like, he doesn't need the money. He doesn't need to do this. He wants to. He's there because he wants to help Plexus, and he believes in our products, and he believes in the company. And he fully believes we will be the number one health company in the world. He fully does. He also was talking about some of the things that he would like to work on. He wants to improve the technology that we have. He wants to improve the back office and the things that we have going on. Less stuff we don't need, more stuff that we do need. He wants to improve the shopping experience. He wants to make it easier for us to have our customers be checking out much smoother. There's other companies that have smoother checkout process. He wants ours to be streamless. He wants the compensation plan to be more predictable. He wants to help more people earn $500 because the average household needs $500. And so he is working on things to make it so that we can do that much easier and consistently, not just, oh, here's $500, but now next month you're making 100. He wants to make it a consistent thing so that we can help more people. And so he just talked a lot about that, and it was good. He talked about how mental illness is on the rise because of loneliness. Post-COVID world, people are lonely. People don't have the communities they used to. People don't go out and do things as much as they used to. And so our job is to create that for people. And it doesn't have to be like oh, this is for my business. Just like create the community, and the business is like a secondary thing. It may lead them to the business, but creating more of a community. He's just a good guy. I don't know, he's faith-based. He gave me a good vibe. I'm faith-based, so it just felt right, felt good. So I approve of Stuart. Approve of Alec. And then the last thing I wanted to tell you was we talked a lot about failure. And the reason I kind of wanted to go there is because some of you have been with us for a long time. And sometimes we get hung up on our failures or our things that I should have been here by now. I should have done that by now. We should be. And we just talked a lot about how failure doesn't define you, but it develops you if you let it. And sometimes we get stuck in where we didn't go or what we haven't done. And the beautiful thing that they said, Bree and Alita, over and over is you haven't met your highest self yet. You haven't become the best you can be yet. You haven't impacted all the people that you can impact. Like, it's still there for you and for your choosing. And if you just do the work and show up and create your community and lead with love, like, it's going to happen and you will get there. And it's not to say that we're not going to fail. We're going to fail a lot along the way. And a lot of those people in that room, they just failed a lot more than us. The people at the top, they failed a lot more, but they didn't let them stop it. They didn't let them let be their identity. They kept pushing on outside of that. So all of this to say, we have an amazing company. We have amazing products. We have amazing leadership. And you will get to meet that leadership. Oh my gosh, sorry. My dogs are going loud in the background. You will get to meet that leadership. There is many different opportunities to get to corporate. There is a leadership retreat happening soon that we are going to be working towards. There's a lot of things that are coming. And what does this look like for you guys? This looks like we have new systems that are going to be put into place. The team page is going to become more active again. We're going to have events that you can count on weekly so that you are constantly having something to invite people to. Calls that you can count on. There's going to be a weekly gathering of us, and then there's going to be a weekly gathering that you can invite new people to learn more about the opportunity or the products, and more. There's going to be more. So I am ready to go and help a lot more people. I have not been doing the best that I can over the last year, and I'm fired up. I'm excited, and I know that our company is going big places. And if you want to go big places with them, now is the time. Now is the time to start talking like we are the #1 gut health company, because we're going to be. Now is the time to bring people with you, because we're going to be the #1 company. Like, there is a lot coming. There is a lot, and we have the right people at the top. And I'm ready to lock arms with whoever wants to do this, and it's going to be good. So there's so much more, but those are the top 5 things I just wanted to pour into you.
I love that, Kristen. And I mean, first off, congratulations for getting that invitation. That is such a huge accomplishment. And I think to end this call without recognizing the fact that you had the opportunity to go to this jewel school, that's phenomenal. And for the people who are watching this, maybe you know the names that Kristen's talking about. Maybe you've met Alita. Maybe you know Bree. Maybe you've been with our company for just a couple months and you're watching this video and you're like, I don't know these people. I will tell you, we are going to the top as a team. And we are going to do it together. Whoever wants to do the work, we have a spot for you. As we're doing that, we're bringing in the guest speakers. For example, Nicole and Joey are both here in our chat group with us, and they're here to cheer us on and offer feedback. You can watch them or you can join them. And it's the same with us. Like, there is no doubt both of them are going to be at the top of the company. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them are challenging Celeste Wynn to hold her position at the top of the company because that's who they are. And I typed the word integrity in there, the word that you used, and forgive me, there was so much, and I was trying to take notes. It sounded like an amazing trip, just through and through. Integrity is the one word as you're talking about the things that Alec is valuing, the wife, the prayer, the spouse, um, the prayer, and just doing things ethically because they're the right thing to do. Um, and it's pretty cool that we get to work with our kids at home, with our pets at home. We get to work from ball fields. We get to do all the things. And you sharing that, I want to go see the manufacturing facility now. To have that level of precision and confidence and purity in a product, because there are people that look at it and they're like, "Oh, you're a little bit more than I can get at Food Lion." Well, yeah, I mean, how long you're gonna have to dust off that bottle from Food Lion if that's what you're getting. Why don't you get something that'll work and you'll actually notice the difference? If you're gonna spend your money, buy the right thing. So thank you so much, Kristen. Like I could go on. I've been awake since 4 o'clock this morning. This trip sounds amazing, and I can't thank you enough for sharing with us. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wrap up. If y'all made it this far in the video, I'm gonna challenge you to reach out to 3 people. Reach out to 3 people in the next 24 hours and simply ask them if they would take a look at building a business with you. If you could help them with $500 this month, if they would take a look at it and keep an open mind. You'd be surprised how many people would say, tell me more. So, Kristen, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this recording. For those of y'all who made it this far, congratulations. I'm stoked for you. You can totally do this. Reach out to those 3 people and let us know what they say.